name is Alan McCampbell, Alan A. McCampbell Jr., and my late wife. This was her ancestral farm, and we moved here and remodeled, or not remodeled, reconstructed the house, and the final move occurred in '04. And, so we've lived here ever since. The farm itself is a story, and it's a story of 5 generations of individuals and family that cared for this farm, and the farm grew by acquisition. They would purchase land that it had to adjoin. There's only one detached piece, but it had to join, and as the land became available, they would add to the farm. So the farm grew, and it grew to a size of, right now we have 742 acres. The farm was established in 1803, and it was the original 100 acres, purchased from the Revolutionary War veteran that received it as a land grant. This house is sitting on part of the original 100 acres. And most farms are sold by heirs, and they would split it up and sell it, rather than keep it. This farm, the reason it's as large as it is, never did that happen. Each generation, one heir would buy all the other heirs out. The person who built this house was Hugh H. Dixon, and he was my late wife, Suzanne's grandfather. And he became the man of the house at the age of 13. His father died, and he had 2 sisters. And so he ran the farm with his mother, and he was the one that gradually, they built, the first part of the house was already here, and then he added on to what the house is today. And so in this house, that wall there had a fireplace that opened into both rooms. I mean, there was some changes he had to make. The first house stood 150 yards up the road. It burned. The second house was originally on this site, and it burned because of the way the kitchen and the fire, and you had electricity, and you had to heat with wood, and not coal, just wood. You always had that risk, and these houses were just kindling. Then this house was built on this site. So there was one other site, and then this site, and it's been here. This house was built in 1880. The major crop, was corn, soybeans, and hay. And there had always been cattle on the farm. And at one time, this was a Tennessee walking horse farm. And they showed walking horses and won prizes, etc. for that. Had a walking horse show ring right down here. And then a lot of what they produced would feed them. You'd grind your corn, and you'd feed your cattle, or you'd feed your working stock, which are horses, later mules. So a lot of the crops were not just for the family, it was used to feed the stock you had. The farm is now owned by Vanetta James, who's my sister-in-law, my wife's sister, and me by virtue of Suzanne. And what she would hope for, and I would hope for, is somebody in the family wants to live here, continue, take care of it. That's just no man's dream, but it's not unrealistic. This farm is a treasure, no question about it. It's a 2-century farm, and it's a beautiful treasure, and it will sustain itself if people will allow it and take care of it. So it's like a living museum, and I look like a museum piece myself at my age.